Hey. Hello. How y'all are? I know one thing I don't like about the new stream manager. It's got my viewers. I want my viewers to show over at the very beginning. It's about the only thing I really care about. Who's watching right now? What are we doing today? We're hunting mimics. Why? Because it'll be fun. I've already logged into all my things and done my daily dice because, you know, why not? Because I got gold daily dice until the end of November, or whenever the hell I bought the season pass last year. Or 2 years ago, whenever the hell it was. And we're gonna log into Tyrion because I think I still have one more run in the Mimic Hunt with him. So what have I been doing in the Mimic Hunt? Is I have been running Irestone Inlet, which is flagged as a long quest, but it's really not. But it was flagged to me as short, sweet, to the point, and there's like somewhere between 8 and 14 chests that could have mimics in it. So they could have mimics. However, if you buy the mimic bait, you can get 100% mimics, and that's what I'm going for because I don't mind throwing money at the game. Hi, Cap. I've already unloaded my mimics, apparently, so let's go. I don't need to do my... Well, just in case I forgot. Let's redo my guild buffs. Because while I've been screwing around... Hey, Cleave Beard! While I've been screwing around doing the Mimic Hunt, I dinged my guild and we opened up another amenity for the airship. So I went and bought an amenity last night too. Hi. And of course, Stream Kitty. Oh, you fussy cat. Alright. He is so purring right now. Yes, you are. Alright. I gotta let go of you. I can't hold you and run around as my character. No. So, one big piece of news that went wandering, make sure, yeah, did I collect my bags? Yes, I did. Couple pieces of news, from now until the end of April, well, we already knew that all DDO content was available to all accounts, whether you'd purchase it or not, until the end of April. The same is true for Lotro. However, the weekly freebies have been announced, and I customized my freebie command to actually do both of them. Except that's not the command anymore. I changed it to freebies. A little bit of spam there in chat. So on the Lotro side, weekly freebie is a +5 attack damage boost. It should be +5% attack damage boost. And the DDO freebie is a Wand of Web. And until the end of the month, if you go to Lotro and put in the code Sleeping Pig in the store 10 times, you can get a housing decoration, pig in a blanket. On the DDO side, there is a Sovereign 2 XP pot available. It's 1 per account. And I already put that here on my main on Orion. So I don't honestly remember how many times I've run Irestone Inlet. So I've learned just by doing the Mimic Quest that I can run Irestone either normal on any, like a level 4 up to level 8. And then a level 9 can run it on hard, and a level 10 can run on elite, and still have a chance to, you know, spawn the mimics. So I don't honestly remember how many times I've run this on this particular character, but he is only level 5, so I can run it on normal. This is a weird ass Pally, who's also an Artie, whose dog is really bad because there's only one level of Artie going on here. So, the dog is not very useful, but, any little bit of DPS helps. Come on, let me summon my higher. Let's put them both on aggressive.
The gruff voices
I'm probably
going to
rebuild this character at some point. Make him a proper full-on pally and get rid of the dog. Because originally the reason I took Artie is so I could build the character so I could have rogue levels. Or trapping skills. And I've built the character so they can be a trapper. He's got pretty decent int, whatever, but I don't like the character as built. However, his name is Tyrion Fordring because I'm that asshole who creates WoW characters with this name in every other game that I play.
Well organized, as if the crew expects to stay for a while.
Where are you? Alright. This will be either the 5th or the 6th run through here. So what I have is I went and spent a lot of DDO points and yeah, I've got Mimic Bait because I'm that asshole.
At a cook pot in the back of the camp, a kobold mixes a pungent brew. 'Tis the kobold cook, Skartung.
Wow, whiffing on that one. And I'm also not moving very well. Yay, I like lag. Now he's just mentioning to Cordovin that I'm not seeing a lot of lag, and well, look at all that lag.
Skartung flails in agony, then stops moving altogether.
Alright. Well, this obviously must be run number 6 because I got a Mimic. Otherwise it would have told me that you've looted that too many times. Yeah. So, my thought was to run this on this character until I run through my 6 times. And then switch over to my next character who's eligible, which would either be a ranger like a Tempest who's dual wielding Kopeshes, or I could run that's a level 10 character, so I'd have to run on Elite. Or I could run a level 8 Pally or Rogue Artie, it's like a pew pew Pally, so she's like dual wielding crossbow shenanigans. Oh, you know what? And I'm always a bit wise, like, what should I pick up the treasure bags or not? And I'm like, yeah, I could get something in there. And of course, it's, you know, crafting mats, basically. So I've been having a lot of fun playing the Mimic Hunt. I haven't actually done the Mimic Hunt before.
The hobgoblin stands with weapons drawn and a foul expression on his face.
But then I saw the rewards. I'm like, oh man, those are really good. And I was watching Samus the other day, and he was talking about how the cloak and the belt that you can get from the Mimic Hunt are actually really good. And I'm like, yeah, they look kind of cool. But on the other hand, I could always get gear that's decent somewhere. However, this is the only place I'm aware of that you can get a pile of money to follow you around, so I kind of want the pile of money. Alright. So I want all of the mimics all of the time. And I'm also getting some halfway decent pieces of really low-B gear. Because, you know, I'm running this on normal. So filling in some blanks and whatnot on my lobies at any rate. Alright, have another. I was like, well, it could spawn a mimic, or it could not. How long have you actually spawned one normally? I don't remember. Alright, so I've got 2 mimic tokens already. No, actually I have 3 now. Oh, my dog is dead. And after a while, I get annoyed with the how bad the dog is, and I just leave it dead. I don't care. Because it doesn't really do all that much good. It's just kind of there. So what do you think, chat? Should we use the Pew Pew Pally, or, whoa, Kendra, would you heal yourself, please? There you go. So I can either use my Pew Pew Pally, or I could go with my Kopesh Tempest as my next run. Or, on the other hand, what we could do, chat, is we could... I just smited an orc, or an ogre. Pretty cool. Or what I could do is go run Sharn content on my level 15. Actually, no, my my ranger rogue cleric of all things is a level 16. Could go with my bard rogue, who's a 16. Could run Barovia on a, well, the level 10s. I'm like, well, they could run Barovia, or I could do Irestone. It's a lot easy. It's a lot of easy here. There we go. Hey! Would you stop that? The only thing I don't like about playing this Pally is it's like I gotta run up to everything. And I do remember running on level 8, I would get enfeebled by those witch doctors like all the freaking time. And I'd have to have a higher with them that could do lesser or greater restoration. Otherwise, I was having to wait a whole minute or more to get to do more stuff. Hey, Psycho Blonde, how you doing? Welcome. I normally run on Orion. Actually, that's where I am right now. I think I'm on your list of DDO streamers. So I remember it was like a list of active
Several
ones and then
patrols are
inactive
winding through
ones.
the
And I was
inlet
like, I was on the
valleys.
active. I was like, how did I
Take
wind up on
caution
that
as
list?
you advance.
Hey, Sega, how you doing? Yes, you should come play DDO with the rest of us. Gumsgang, one of our Lotro kinnies, is also a major DDO nerd. We've got a level 33 guild here. It was level 32 until last night, and yeah, who got it leveled? So I've got all the amenities on our airship, and it's like, we don't have any more amenity slots on the airship. What do we do now? Now I think the next one we get will actually be a 3-way. And I'm cheating. I am totally cheating because I want mimics, and you know, it's like double bonus points in the DDO store, and I was out of DDO points anyway, so I dropped a shit ton of money. I didn't care. Your guild just hit 129? Excellent. Though to be fair, there's only 2 active players in my guild, so at level 33 we're doing pretty damn good. And that's because a couple of times McVegan Pants and then Gumsgang both bought one of those guild renown potions and dropped a crap ton of I know that the thing's right there, but I might as well keep you alive. I don't want to have to cart your soul stone over to the shrine. Hey! I just got a balance thing, you dumbass.
Dinks, the first mate of the Bomb Raider,
smited.
has fought his last battle.
You can get them from challenging rates. I'll be quite honest with you. I don't know how to play DDO. We might give Cordovan shit about how well he plays, but I don't know all of the good stuff in DDO. I have to say, I just kind of fumble my way through like a drunken elf. It's like, I know you break all the things. You watch out for explosive barrels, and occasionally watch out for mimics. Watch out for traps. And if you don't have a trapper character yourself, then you get yourself a rogue, an arty, or a rogue hireling, which is actually really funny.
Yar's orders
because a very
say
dear
he's to
friend of
sail on
mine,
Stormreach
her
and blockade the harbor. Keep him
her
from
Twitter
leaving the
handle is
inlet.
rogue hireling. Hey, Kylaxa, welcome. How y'all doing? Hey, look! You guys are the very first to see the actual... This is the first day that I had the Chronicle as an automated Moobot command. Previously, we just did the Lotro Beacon. I'm like, wait a minute, I do the DDO stuff all the time, so I should put the Chronicle in there. Yeah, and I am actually having a lot of fun. I'm also playing on the Hardcore League. I'm in Death Smile over there. I'm only level 6 because I honestly have been spending too much time playing Lotro and doing this. Because I honestly do want piles of money to follow me around. Though, since I have some DDO regulars in here, I will take your opinions, commentary on the cloak and the belt you can get from this event, because Samus was talking about it the other day, and he was talking about how the cloak and belt were actually pretty good, and so they were probably worth getting your Mimic tokens for. And Howley Cat would like to make his presence known. So as he jumps up on the chair, I will show him to you. Rude. Meow. Meow. I literally dinged my guild last night by killing a Mimic. True story. Meow. Come here, kitty. Your adoring public wants to see you. Ow. I get knocked down, but I get up again. Ain't never gonna put me down. So I'm slowly learning some of the tricks of the trade of playing DDO. But it's a very slow process because it does really help if you've played tabletop before, and I haven't. For the most part. I have played in one campaign of the One Ring. That was a 6-episode campaign, and I was only there for 5 of them because tabletop or seeing Nick Mason in concert, Nick Mason of Pink Floyd in concert, doing Saucer Full of Secrets, and all the the really old Pink Floyd shit. I went to the concert. I got to hang out with the bass player, Guy Pratt, who's been a friend. God, I've known him for how long? Give me mimics or give me death. If I run this on Elite, it would give me death, so you know. Hey! Get back here. Don't kill my pupper. You know how we call dogs puppers? In Norwegian, pupper means boobs. True story. It's nice for leveling, but it takes a lot of Mimic codes to get them, so you usually can't afford one for each level. Well, unless you drop 60 bucks on DDO points or something, and just buy them in loads of 100 tokens at once. Which is what I did. Because I'm that terrible person. And of course, I don't mind supporting the devs. I mean, hell, I dropped $100 on cannoli for them every year. This is Thief. This is Thief. He's a butthead. Listen to that purr. Okay, do you mind? Half the time I forget to actually talk to those guys.
You have found 6 powder kegs. Use them to trap Yar-Yar's schooner while he's ashore.
I love schooners. They're my favorite kind of sailing ship is a schooner. I think it's probably because I just like the name schooner. Though most of them are like gaff rigged, and I love those triangular sails they have on them. Fine. What do you want? He's like, are you paying attention to me? No. No. Actually, sometimes both, Psycho Blonde. He will butt me in the head once in a great while. More commonly, when he likes to sleep on me at night. He likes to sleep on my side or on my butt. It's like, really, cat? His name is Thief, or Thief Kitty. And he is 14 years old, almost 14 and a half. had him since he was born in my closet with his sadly previously deceased siblings in October of 2005. The only reason I remember that is because I bought my previous vehicle the month at the end of that month, and it was shortly after the kittens were born. Hi. So I've gotten so much crap over the years. Well, over the year or and change. I didn't really play DDO on a daily until I bought the season pass. I mean, I would play once in a while, you know, but I really wouldn't sub or anything. I would once in a while, but then I, you know, stopped subbing for a while, and like, then I got the season pass. I'm like, hell yeah, daily gold dice. I'll take that. And that now I have like all these XP gems. All right, that are clogging up my bank. Where are you? And one thing I'll be glad to stop playing this character is I've learned that I prefer playing ranged characters in DDO, which is the opposite in Lotro. I normally like to play, I can play ranged characters, like my hunter and my minstrel, but my main is a champion, which, no, champion is melee. And my main in WoW is a paladin. That's definitely, you know, a melee class. Come here, you little shit. But in DDO, I like to pew the pews before they show up. Alright. And yes,
you have saved
I love all the
crewmates
breakables.
from the Banshee.
I'm such a whore for hitting all the breakables. I don't care. Even like explosive ones, if I can hit them without, you know, injuring myself, I'll be like, yeah. Because I've had, you know, loot drop out of them too, so. He does turn 15 this year. Yeah, you like weird hybrid? Yeah, see, actually the character I have two character choices of what I was going to run next through this content. It was either going to be a Pew Pew Pally, or I was going to do a,
Yar-Yar's schooner has been discovered at the end of the inlet.
Khopesh-wielding
Yar-Yar
Tempest.
would be stranded without it. This small
I
vessel
have a
barely
small
looks
collection of
seaworthy.
Khopeshes once I learned how cool
Draft
they
of
were.
Yar-Yar's
Like,
flagship
Khopeshes?
must be too deep to anchor in such shallow waters.
And of course, I'm one of those people who really likes Inquisitive, because dual-wielding crossbows are the shiznit. Though it always makes my heart hurt when I get a repeating crossbow, because I'm like, they were cool, and now they're not. And half the time I always forget to set the torch off.
Yar-Yar's schooner has been transformed into a floating bomb. You hear a bellowing voice not far away. Probably Yar-Yar realizing he's stuck ashore.
Oh no. Yeah, repeaters are only okay. I mean, they used to be... Before Inquisitive came out, repeaters were the bomb diggity. At least the way I saw them, but I think these days Inquisitive can still outperform. Especially if you're using a heavy crossbow for your non-repeaters.
Yar-Yar shrieks furiously.
Yar-Yar has fallen down and gone boom.
And he dies, effectively falling.
And the GM for this is like, wait, what? Making weird-ass voices. And I'm like, can we get Matt Mercer to redo this? Not that they can afford Matt Mercer. Who is, by the way, one of the nicest guys on the planet. Gives good hugs. Alright. And that's really the thing is, like, is it gonna pop a mimic or not? And you're always like, well, I figure, you know what? I bought this for a reason. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. And there's a couple things that drive me bananas between Lotro and DDO. Lotro, if you hold both mouse buttons down, then you just move forward, like you're hitting the W key. In DDO, it's like, you can't do that. It's actually your auto attack. It's very bizarre. And also, the default in DDO is to left click on things to use them, whereas in most other games I'm used to the right click. So I have some things to do with
Stained Tusk howls in triumph.
Arr.
Yar Yar is dead. The Banshee is avenged. 3 cheers for
I'm still
our
getting
bonny
XP, but then
rescuers.
again, the last time I did this was yesterday, so was it 24 hours? No, it hasn't been. I don't think it's been 18, so the ransack bonus will be over. Alright. Is that the new one? Yeah. Yeah, no, DDoS really screws with... And also, the strafe keys are different in both games. Like, ours are A and D, but Lotro's is Q and E. So I'm like... So it really messes with me. Alright. Yep. Guild Renown. I've been getting some decent guild renown, considering the fact that we only have, 2 active people in the guild. But really, the reason the guild jumped a lot in the past year is because McVegan Pants and Gumsgang both popped the renown potion and then dropped like 3 or 4, 6 sagas on the guild at the same time. I think McVegan Pants leveled it from 12 to 17 one day. I'm like, and then Gumps did from like 27 to 31 or 32. It was awesome. Use a special MMO mouse and some foot pedals. I use a trackball because I messed up my wrist in college, and using a regular mouse is a pain. So I need to use the trackball. Alright. So... let's go clean our bags out. Because this is actually one of my bank alts. He came over from Hardcore League Edition 1. Where he did actually have the name without the -1. Because, I'm that jerk. And I don't think there's anything here. I don't need any more bastard swords. I have a shit ton of bastard swords. I just basically look for anything that's a Scion or has Vorpal on it somehow. Rarely have I actually gotten any actual... Well, Fortitude's nice. But I got Resistance and Fort on these bracers last night, which is really good. Better than what I had before anyway. Poison resistance... And I've been just selling everything. Because I don't need any of that crap. But yes, this is one of my bank alts. This is what I've been storing. Let's see. I get a plus 20 Lesser Heart of Wood once out of a gold roll. No, this was the time that they were selling plus 20s for cheap. And they gave you a free plus 5 with it. I'm like, well, hell, why not? And the plus 8, just sitting there. Haven't decided which alt to use it on yet. But yeah, this was a storage tune. I'm like, hey, he's of a level. He can run this content. So what I'm going to do is the next run, I'm actually going to open the first chest without the boost just to see. Because I don't want to waste a mimic boost if I'm not going to get a mimic. Well, let me ask you this, kids. I'm sure you probably know this. Yeah, I actually have a keyboard that has a left-handed keypad on it, which I freaking love, and I can't find it anymore. So it makes me very sad. But I love this keypad. It is so ergonomic. It's basically like a... But I've looked at those separate gaming keypads, the left-handed keypads, and I haven't really found one that was shaped like this that I really liked, so I haven't bought a new one. So, here's the question. Does the Mimic Bait Potion override the limit on how many times you can get a mimic out of a single chest. Because from my understanding, you can only loot a chest 6 times to get a mimic for sure. Or you can only loot a chest 6 times before you can't potentially get a mimic out of it. So does the mimic bait override that limit? Or does the mimic bait honor the restriction on how many times you can ransack a chest to expect a mimic? So how many tokens did I get while I'm thinking about it? Got 12. So I should have, that should mean I have 180 tokens now? 182? Something like that. So we're gonna find out. Yeah, I'm gonna learn the art of multi-boxing for Lotro. I don't think I could actually wind up doing it in DDO. I could try, but that would be kind of weird, I think. I suppose I could run a rogue. But my goal here... I'm gonna have to launch her. In Lotro, I am working on making a band, because we love bands.
The gruff voices of hobgoblins can be heard nearby.
Oh man, I love Cleve. And you pretty much, if you want to run a band and you don't have like other people to be with you live, then you have to make a band with multi-boxing, which is not against the rules. People do it all the time.
The crew expects to stay for a while.
But I need to actually sit down and set up my profile to allow for it, so I don't have like, you know, 6 or 7 other accounts blowing up my graphics card. Hello. Alrighty, let's see if this spawns a mimic or not. Aha! I've looted this chest too often to get a mimic. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. We are gonna bounce. I say we, I'm going to bounce. And I'm gonna switch to an alt. So either I'm going to run... because I literally have these flagged. So Tyrion now gets the green. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 different characters up to level 10 who haven't run through Irestone a million times. So here's the question to chat. I could run my Khopesh wielding Tempest. I could run my my Eldritch Knight Wizard. I do have a favorite soul. Just pure favorite soul. She's level 10. But I'm not sure I'd want to run that on Elite with her because she's pretty weak sauce. I'm really liking my Fire Mage. I have a Pale Master, Sork. Just a Khopesh Kensei fighter. Or I mentioned my Pew Pew Pally earlier. And then I have like a Ranger, Artificer, Monk, Rogue, and a Barbarian. Just kind of sitting around. They all came over from... Actually, no. 3 of those... some of these actually were when they had free Vet 3 characters. I'm like, well, what the hell? Make a Vet 3. Kind of wanting to run that Khopesh Tempest again because she was a hell of a lot of fun. Alright, so you didn't get any extra goodies, so we need to go to the bank and toss our mimic bait into the bank. And I know a lot of people have been complaining about lag in the game recently. I personally haven't noticed a lot, but again, that's just my personal anecdote. I don't dispute what people are saying. It's just, I didn't see it. Wait, is this character also the one that had... Yes, you're the one that... Look at all those Big B's hands that I never use for anything. That's just terrible. Alright. Why didn't I sell that? I don't know. Anyway, let's put this here. And put these in here. I was this year's old when I realized that you could click and drag your bags into the crafting storage. I didn't know you could do that. So I've got 196 mimic tokens. So I could get... If I get 4 more tokens, I can get 2 of the coin pets. Because that was originally why I wanted to do the Mimic Hunt, is I wanted the coin pets like crazy. Because I like pets. Because they're... Who wouldn't want a pile of money to follow you around, right? Okay. And Omnispell Dust is good. It can stay there. You have those. They can stay there. They can all stay there. Yeah. Alright, let's switch over to Isilrin, who is my ranger. Somebody named their character Errol Flynn. Oh my god. I wonder if they're in like Flynn. Alright. So she's level 10. So I'll have to run Irestone on Elite. Let's see. I've got Faden. Critical wounds. Yeah. Not too happy about that. What do you got in your bags, kiddo? You know what? I should really just use this because it's bound to character anyway. You just got feather falling too, because I just found a feather falling cloak for you. Alright. Give me mimic stuff. Zoop. Alright. You see what we just did there? We're gonna do it again. Only this time, we're gonna jump! Yeah! Splat. Alright. You're gonna have to remember to actually do this on Elite. Which means it'll be much more fun. And by the way, for the folks who asked me to get, who I asked yesterday to remind me to get soy sauce at the store today, I got soy sauce at the store today, so. We're good, chat. Get my animated scarecrow. And summon a wolf. Will only be around for a little bit, but every little bit counts. Alright, let's go wreak some havoc. Kill some dudes.
The gruff voices of hobgoblins can be heard nearby.
Wolf was like, I'm gonna try to eat him. Okay, he's done. Come on, let's go. The only downside is, I think this character will become enfeebled if the...
These camps appear well organized, as if the crew expects to stay
Getting
for a
knocked down
while.
is bad. Hey, look, I'm dancing. Oh, this is no bueno. Hey, Faden, you want to heal me? There you go. Thank you, girlfriend. Oh, that's why. There's a champion here. Meow. Okay, so this one's going to be a little bit of a challenge. This one I'm actually not going to use the thing on it, and I totally forgot to do my shift buffs. Oh well. Ooh, I got a feather falling ring. Nice. So there's another character in my pile of people who can get a feather falling ring. Thief Kitty, would you stop howling? Because you are a butthead. You know that, right? Thank you. Alright. Hi, kitty. Okay, we're gonna go get this guy, because I have a feeling he's gonna come after us.
Several patrols are winding through the inlet's valleys. Take caution as you advance. At a cookpot in the back of the
Wolf,
camp,
get over
a
here.
kobold mixes a pungent brew. 'Tis the kobold cook.
Kobold, no like you! Kobold, cook badly!
Scartongue flails in agony, then stops moving altogether.
Here you. I think actually in one of my runs through Irestone, I wound up getting a Vorpal Khopesh of some kind. I'm like, oh, that was so cool. But I don't think I have one as close to level 10. I think it was, what? Rude! Hi, kitty. Thiefy. Give me a mimic. I want a mimic. Give me mimics or give me death. Wow. That took a while to die. So how's everybody's Thursday been? So far, I've actually had a fairly productive Thursday. Even though I did sleep in. Were you just hanging out over there? I did go to the store and got most of the ingredients I need to bake some bread. Because I wanted to bake some bread like everybody else on the planet. So it was actually really hard to find flour. Last week when I went shopping, but I did find some regular flour and forgot to buy yeast. And when I went to buy yeast, I was like, there wasn't any. So I found some self-rising flour. So I don't know if self-rising flour obviates the need for yeast or not. Oh, Molly. Well, Molly, you have every freaking right on the planet to not be okay. And I will let you say, if you feel comfortable saying, why life is not good for you. But, you know, our friends in the Lonely Mountain Band, far apart but never alone. It's really up to you if you want to say. Alright. I will need yeast. Well, I have some... Well, here's the thing. I have yeast, but it's yeast that I bought last year. Or before last year. It might have been in 2018. So, it says best used by January of 2019, so I don't know if it's a year expired that it's going to be not good. So, I don't know. I was going to ask Southern Belle if she knew, because I know she does a lot of baking and cooking and stuff. Yeah, that can't have been easy at all. But I'm glad you were there with him, and that your kids were there with you as well. I can only imagine what you're going through. Actually, I can't even really imagine. Here. Yes, come here. Come here. Molly wants to see the kitty. Come on, you ding dong. So, not only having fails at the store, though yeast was the only thing I went looking for that I couldn't actually get. Um, they actually had a whole interestingly weird supply of toilet paper. There were no limits on how much you could buy, which is also very strange. But it was this really super cheapy brand, and they only sold it in rolls of 4, and the rolls were like half, maybe a third to a half of the size of a regular roll that you could get. So, at the very least, I shouldn't worry about toilet paper for a couple of months. Alright. And they were only selling for like 79 cents each, which was really nice. But it's like, that's the toilet paper you take. It's like, if you have no other option at all, then you use that. And I wasn't down to my last roll. I do know, like, some friends of mine who streamed, the Breviks, they were talking about how they were down to 2 rolls left, and I'm like, you're a family of 4? You're screwed. It's like, the husband, the wife, and 2 young daughters. Yeah, the kids were gonna use all the toilet paper. That's just the way that works. So I need to feed the yeast beasties more sugar in warm water. Yep. If it bubbles, it's still good. That's what I had heard. Now here's the other thing to deal with, is my oven doesn't actually work. Like, the stovetop works, but the oven does not. And I think it's because the it's not that the heating element isn't working. It's a gas oven. But the pilot light, like, that light will warm up. You can see it come on, but it won't ignite the gases in the oven. And then, of course, the safety thing goes off, where it won't keep feeding it gas if it doesn't detect a flame. Whee! Featherfall! I love Featherfall! Do I have a Dutch oven? No. What I do have, though... Oh, Dinks is a champion. Nice. Let's bring the kids over here.
The briny air stinks unmistakably of ogre.
It won't stink for much longer, or else I'm gonna die. One of the two. Yeah, he's going down.
Dinks, the first mate of the Bomb Raider, has fought his last battle.
I love this. This one's actually been really fun. I had a lot of fun running through it. It's pretty straightforward. Lots of chests, so while I'm doing the mimic hunt here, it's pretty cool. So I don't have a Dutch oven. What I do have is I have a roasting pan, like a plug-in roasting pan I bought to kind of replace the oven. And I also have an Instant Pot, which I've honestly been mainly using because I have the air fryer version. Anime Scarecrow, do you want to use the restaurant? Scarecrows. They never listen when they want them to. Okay, you're just gonna screw around? Fine.
Yar's orders say he's to sail on Stormreach and blockade the harbor. Keep him from leaving the inlet.
I actually do have the Knowles, what is it? Knowleser? The company that makes the tabletop minis for D&D and Pathfinder. I do have a Mimic Mini sitting in a box waiting to be painted like all my other minis. I actually had bought enough minis to fit in a box, a single box. Sitting the things upright. Not the actual minis, but still in their packaging. Like, you know, the card back and the blister thing on it. However, the reason they all fit in one box is I'd actually found a gelatinous cube at PAX. And I had need to send something to Cordovan for reasons, which I'm not going to get into. And the thing that I needed to send back to him was something that was small enough that I didn't actually trust it going by itself in the mail. I wanted something else in the package with it. So I'm like, and he had mentioned that he hadn't ever seen the gelatinous cube at his local hobby shop or whatever, whenever he went shopping for minis. So I sent it to him. And they look really cool. However, the ironic thing is I could probably get one shipped to me from Amazon or by Amazon because they are available on Amazon. So it's like, why didn't you just look there, you ding-a-ling? I'm blind. Wow, that's a long time to be blind. Thank you! Freaking shaman. This is not a kobold shaman, man. I hate those guys. Everybody hates those guys. Okay, so this is the first run through. Go by. Barrels! Cast iron camping oven, Dutch oven, Le Creuset roasting pan. You can make bread in that too. I have a crock pot. I also have one of those. But no, I don't actually have a Dutch oven. The roasting pan that I have is one that you normally would use for like a turkey or something. In your face.
You have found 6 powder kegs. Use them to trap Yar-Yar's schooner while
Yar-Yar.
he's ashore.
Give me a mimic. I got a cyan. Right now, I've actually got so much Lobby loot floating around that I have to actually start throwing away or selling cyans. And I call them cyans because that's the color of the ring around them. I don't know which what they're actually called amongst you DDO players, though. Yay, look, I can river dance. And I also have to remember I'm not playing a paladin, so I kind of have to... Whoa, 2 champions in one go. Rude. Here, you little shit. Alright, we all good? We clear? Nope. Now we are. Give me a treasure bag. Let's get these potions. Like, well, what am I going to use the potion for? I don't know. Woohoo! Alright. Do I have a pressure cooker? Yes, I have an Instant Pot. the Instant Pot that has the air fryer on it, which is really nice. It's very handy for chicken and tater tots. You'd be surprised how hard it is to find tater tots. Though, to be fair, in my part of the country, for some reason we apparently are ignoring all the stay in place or stay the fuck home things from our state governor. Because even though I don't live in the South, we act like a white boy South town. So there's way too many people who are just ignoring the rules or rude. What are you doing over there? You stop it. People ignore it there. Lance! Lance, you know what? I am distressed. I knew you were streaming last night and I didn't stop in. I feel bad about that. I really do. Lance is an amazing soul, and as soon as I get done fighting and not dying, maybe not dying, I will give him a shout out. Get over here. Hiding behind the boxes like a chicken shit. Lance is one of the most positive people I know, and also one of the people who is most fond of coffee out of all the people that I know. And I still owe him artwork. I haven't forgotten you. I just haven't gotten around to it. Well, what are you streaming for then, Druid?
You have saved 8 crewmates from the Banshee.
Lance is one of my amazing industry friends. Works for some itty-bitty company called Blizzard. Nobody's ever heard of them. Oh, lag. Is that lag? Might have been. And no, he can't fix your account. He can't fix anything in WoW. He doesn't work on WoW. He works on Battle.net, which is so cool. Arr. Kick the mimic in the ass. Actually, in the face. And he's got a beautiful dog named Kaylee. And don't ask him to flex. He might put an eye out with those
small
pecs.
vessel barely looks seaworthy. The draft of Yar-Yar's
Okay,
flagship
see,
must
poetry.
be too deep to anchor in such shallow waters.
Let's set the schooner ablaze.
Yar-Yar's schooner has been transformed into a floating bomb. You hear a bellowing voice not far away. Probably Yar-Yar realizing he's stuck ashore.
Pandemonium. Who else in here remembers the old cartoon Pandemonium, huh? About pandas? It was like during the Gummy Bears era of cartoons.
Yar-Yar shrieks furiously.
Yar-Yar's dead.
Kill you all. Then he dies, effectively calling his own bluff.
Alright, any treasure? It doesn't matter, we'll be back anyway. Mimic bait. Because we want all of the mimics. Last night, actually, what happened is Mutiny was one of the rares that spawned. And we killed her. We got all the messaging that we'd killed her. And I had... and I went to loot the chest. And the chest said, hey, you've spawned a mimic, but the mimic didn't spawn. And I don't honestly recall if I got the mimic token or not. But I still got to loot the chest. But I was like, I didn't care about the loot, I wanted the mimic. I'm like, what are you supposed to do? I always like it when Stain Tusk winds up being one of the champions. Like, yeah, that's one less champion. Don't have to fight this guy.
Stain Tusk howls in triumph. Yar Yar is dead.
All the
Banshee
XP,
is avenged.
because this is the
Cheers
first
for
time
our
this character has
bonny
been through it.
rescuers.
So just to give you an idea of how much XP we got here. Because we killed, like, all of the things. We did the breakables. We had gone back in a second time, didn't die. So you can die and still get the flawless victory bonus as long as you don't, you know, have to be rezzed, I guess. I don't know. But not bad. Not bad at all. Alright. And then I got an action point. Yeah, it helps if I just click this thing and recall out. Then go out and get my loot. And how many thingies did I get here? We'll find out in a minute. We got 10 tokens, so... I think I do like anywhere between 8 and 14 chests for mimics to load in. Okay. Normally, again, I collect Kopeshes. This is a level 7 Kopesh. I already have a bunch of those, so I don't really need it. Feather Falling Cloak. I think everybody has Feather Falling now. I'm gonna look on my spreadsheet. Actually, everybody does not have Featherfall. I've got a level 10 who doesn't. And all of my bank, none of my bank alts have Featherfalling. Though this character needs Death Block. I don't have a Death Block anything. So, we're going to take the Featherfall Cloak, which is a level 7 cloak. That's nice. Alright. Let's go to the bank. This is not the bank. This is actually, we're going to repair and sell and do that thing. And I'm actually going to go, oh, this is repair at all. Repair it all. Now, let's do this right. Build up jump. Again, I always want to save the scions until I can't save them any longer. So scions and, I really want to keep the arrows, though. No. Just say no. I also got a feather falling ring, which is very handy, too, so that's being saved. I have tons of open lock stuff, so I don't need those. And honestly, I always forget to use potions. Like, always forget to use potions, so. At all. Yep. 2,500, not bad. Alright. We're gonna be streaming till about 10 o'clock. So here's a question for you, chat. I'm just doing this because I want to run the Mimic event. I can run the Mimic event on other alts if you want to see different content. Otherwise, I was originally just going to run Irestone over and over and over again till we're all freaking sick of it. But, I don't know. Do you want to watch it for another 2 hours or not? That's another question. And then, at 10 o'clock, or as soon as Sapiens goes live, we're going to raid you on over there. And then I will take a quick break, and then I will join him in Lotro on the Ithel Legendary server, and we're going to try not to die in Angmar again. Though, to be fair, without our Runekeeper, his ass would have been grass. We were doing some fellowship quests as a duo yesterday. Not yesterday, last week. What are you planning to name your coin pets? Doug, I haven't decided. I have actually considered a couple of things with with reference to the only things I'm interested in are the silver, the gold, and the platinum pets. So that was eyeballing 300 mimic tokens. However, Samius kept talking about how awesome the cloak and the belt were. So I was idly considering adding one each of those and just passing them around my account. The tummy was out, so I had to reach over and tickle the tummy. It may be a trap. Yes, it was a trap. Hi. Hello, kitty. Actually, I don't remember the last time I did ship buffs on this character. So we're going to hop up to the airship real quick. Which, if you join my guild, we are a level 33 guild. Every single amenity on our... the staterooms on the side, I guess they're called, are full now. Because we've got all of the amenities. So, ship buffs are cool. Your name in my anti-small blind, big blind, and all-in. Nice! So you're getting the copper one too? I'm not really interested in the copper one, I'll be quite honest. I just want the shinier ones. But we do have a state-of-the-art, top-of-the-line, Daedalus Kraken. Because one of my guildies, apparently has more money than sense. Or more DDO points than sense, I guess. Just doing a little bit of inventory management. You know what? We can actually dump those feather falling items into the bank. Since we're here. And that, boys and girls, is how I found out that guild officers can buy stuff for the guild, and I didn't know you could do that because we can't do that in Lotro. Basically, the only thing guild officer or kin officers can do in Lotro is talk amongst themselves, and also they can add people to the guild, kick people out, that kind of thing. So. Don't have a hell of a lot we can do as a kin officer. But there has been talk that they might actually start doing some stuff with kinships. Let's see. I don't think I need anything here. That's a level 10. That's a 5. The jumping is really good, actually, in the striding. I like the striding. So, nothing here. I'm not even sure how I got Yar-Yar's Magnificent Band on this guy. I don't remember running that before. Oh well. Let's go. Wait. Let me check something real quick. Tasty hams. That's not the button I wanted. There we go. Let's go and do it again. Oh, you get that as... See, that confused me. That totally... It's like, why? I have this character I said run the goes. Why you got something from Yar-Yar? I'm very confused. So, Doug, what's your opinion of the cloak and the belt that you can get from the Mimic Hunt? I mean, there's nowhere else that I'm aware of that you can get piles of money to follow you around. And why on God's green earth? Oh. I need that cosmetic like crazy. I don't know what it is, but I want it. I need to buy a new hireling because she expired. She expired. He didn't have the stats you wanted. Okay. Yeah, Samius was talking about how they were actually pretty good. And I'm like, I guess. I don't know. I mean, the one having death block is always a good thing from my understanding. I want to talk to you. I wanted to talk to you. Alright. So we had Faden before. Faden was okay. The other option is we can go with Ruth. Raise dead, divine power, hold person. Cure critical, flame strike. I like her flame strike. So I think we'll go with that. Why didn't that appear? I'm very puzzled. Not gonna worry about it. Now let us go and beat up on the ogres. And the kobolds. And the whatevers again. The hobgoblins. The mimics. Kinda wish I'd run my pew pew. Maybe we'll switch over to the pew pew already next. Oh, I forgot I had this. Duh. Oh. That would actually be very useful against the Ray of Enfeeblement. Always forget that I have horses now. Whee! I always forget the first time I ran a level 10 through here, I forgot to switch it to elite. I'm like, oh crap. Fortunately, I remember just as soon as I was like, oh shit, I hit the wrong thing. What? My Ram's Might? Rude. Alright, kids, let's go.
The gruff voices of hobgoblins can be heard nearby.
I do love this bleed them out thing. Because, yeah. Yeah! What else falling from the sky?
These camps appear well organized, as if the crew expects to stay for a while.
Actually, if anybody is on Orion and doesn't have the Merry Mimic pet, I do have a certificate for it. I think it's tradable. I'm not sure. Doesn't say that it's not.
At a cook pot in the back of the camp.
Oh, and he would have to have the thing on him.
Flails
so
in agony,
whatever.
then stops moving altogether.
He was a champion cook. Now he's not. I do know I have Flame Strike on my druid, and I was having a lot of fun with that Flame Strike running through these camps when it was her turn to run through this shenanigan. It was so much fun. It's like... Kinda like that, actually. Yep, these clerics die as easily as mine do. slimed me. So I have 200, well, more than 200 now. So if I only want to get 3 of the 4 coin pets, then I only need 300 tokens. We'll see how I end up. So what have you been doing in game, Doug? I have not had an opportunity to watch your streams on. You're on Friday nights, if I recall correctly. Or are you on Saturdays and it's Baklikur that's on Saturdays? I forget. Uh-oh, people are saying things in my Discord. Oh. Bear Doan is leaving me musical notes in my Discords. A Vorpal Dwarven Axe? Oh, hell yes! I've got a dwarf who would love to use that. Here you. Nose itchy. I blame the cat. We good? Nope. Captain Cage sends his regards. So I've actually been watching a little bit more TV than normally. I have watched all of Discovery and all of Star Trek Picard. Picard I still perceive to be on spoilers. I generally like to give something like that a couple of weeks before I talk about it openly. But there is a spoiler channel in my Discord that we can, if you want to discuss either of those, feel free. I mean, Discovery's been out of spoiler territory for a while, and I actually kind of liked it.
Several patrols are winding through the inlet's valleys. Take caution as you advance.
Most of the downside that I have with Discovery is the mycelial network, only because one of my friends who works at BioWare, who used to work at Daybreak, in fact, on Landmark back in the day, and, you know, she did the trade skills, most of the trade skill stuff in EverQuest 2 back in the day. She trained as a microbiologist before she got into the gaming industry, so she has opinions about the misuse of science. So, and knowing that she was not a huge fan of the misuse of science, I basically ignorantly enjoyed it. So, that's just me. And I didn't mind the retconning. It's like, oh, hey, suddenly there's this other person who's actually the adopted daughter of these folks. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I didn't care.
The briny air stinks unmistakably of ogre.
Try not to sneeze.
Dinks, the first mate of the Bomb-Bomb Raider, has fought his last battle.
And I'm not sure. I want to go. I should go back and watch the season
Yar
finale
Yar's
of Doctor
orders
Who.
say
I'm
he's
like,
to sail on Stormreach and blockade the
the
harbor.
fuck just happened
Keep him
there?
from leaving the inlet.
I think that's been far enough away that's no longer spoiler territory in my opinion, but it's like, you're the what and the huh? Yeah. And all of a sudden it's like, you're not the 13th Doctor, you're one of like a millionth Doctors? I'm like, what? How's that a thing? So, I finally had an idea for one of the things we're going to be using channel points for here in the future. One of them will be, I will set an appropriately large amount, and people can redeem their channel points when I set it up to get a Thief Kitty visit. On demand. Thief Kitty on demand is what we're calling it. As opposed to how he normally shows up is whenever he damn well wants to. Which is basically how my friends the Breviks do it on their channel. Is they have a cat named Oreo who likes to occasionally just, you know, run into camera view and not give a single shit about it. Cat butt is seriously a thing over there. In fact, one of her Twitch emotes is of a chocolate starfish. And also, I had the idea, since I do have an open Twitch emote slot, I was thinking of converting the Thief Kitty emote from a tier 3 emote, which is currently, I'm the only person who can use it, into a tier 1 emote, so anybody who's a subscriber can use it. And I'm fairly confident folks like Kill 'Em Quicker will be like all over that. Because Killam is an awesome person and is a huge proponent of Thief Kitty. So I thought that might be a cool thing to do for the subscribers. I've also been wanting to get a lot more of the Twitch stuff that a lot of people have going on in their channels. Would you go away? Worst case scenario, you can always do this. Boop. That's how I generally, like in the anniversary event that was on, or might still be on until Sunday. Sunday! Sometimes in that one bathroom where the shrines are the toilet paper rolls, which to me is fucking hilarious. Sometimes loot that'll drop out of the 2 vases that are up by the sink will actually fall in, you know, into the landscape or into the little step there, and it won't let you loot it. But if you click on it, you know, highlight it, then a lot of times you can then
You
just
have
click
found 6
use.
powder kegs. Use them to trap Yar Yar's schooner while he's ashore.
If you do that, I'm gonna get the loot. Ooh, I got a Vorpal dagger or something. Of assassinate. So, my plan is, I have all these Vorpals sitting around. I'm probably going to wind up picking one for every character that I have. And then all the spares I'll put on the auction house. Because I literally have more weapons and crap in my stash of loot than I can actually use. That's one thing I really dislike about DDO, I'll be quite honest, is the fact that you have to maintain a stash of loot for when you TR a character. I'm like, well, I don't TR characters. I've literally only TR'd a character twice now. And it wasn't even the same character. Yeah, I'm not like the TR freak like Samus is. Shocking +1 battle axe of vertigo. I do have to say, I'm actually getting a little bit better at identifying whether I want to keep an item or not. Aside from whether it's a Vorpal or a Scion, or yeah, a Vorpal Scion. I've learned that some items are just not worth the, you know, the name. It's like, well, is it a +2, a +1, +7? Yeah, I'll keep the +7. I think I've got a +11 item someplace. And I think it's one of the highest ones I've got. Zorch. Can I say I hate the Hobgoblin witch doctors? They are the worst.
You have saved 8 crewmates from the Banshee.
I have. Awesome. Mimic Slaver is like the worst too. Oof, that was a 19 bleed. Ooh.
Yar-Yar's schooner has been discovered at the end of the inlet. Yar-Yar would be... This small vessel barely looks seaworthy. The draft of Yar-Yar's flagship must be too deep to anchor in such shallow waters. Yar-Yar's schooner has been transformed into a floating bomb.
Has anybody actually stayed on the schooner while it blew up?
You hear a bellowing voice not far away. Probably Yar-Yar realizing he's stuck ashore.
I might, just for shits and grins, run a character on the Hardcore League and get to this quest and see what happens.
Furiously.
I'll kill you all.
Then he dies, effectively calling his own bluff.
Let's pick that up. Yeah, sometimes it won't let you pick stuff up when you're in combat, and I don't know why. The other times it lets you. I'm like, make up your mind. And it is targeted when you're trying to pick it up. Wow, that slow-mo. I do kind of wish they would let us use mounts in here, though. That's mainly because I'm lazy. Hello. Again, he is one of the champions, so it's one less champion I have to worry about.
Stained Tusk howls in triumph.
Yar Yar is dead. The
Yes!
Banshee is avenged. Three
And if I
cheers
recall
for our
correctly, didn't we
bunny
we got an
rescuers.
action point on the last run, so I'm gonna spend my action point. I don't know what on. Yow. I got your paw. Got your other paw. Give me loot! What do we got? Combustive, magnetic, radiant, crispy, nullified. There's no real good choices here. 28, 28, 24, 28, 1,000. There really isn't anything good here. Just randomly pick something. And then we're gonna sell it! I'm like, how did this... The scientist, well, the modern person in me is like, how does it keep everything? Doesn't that take power? Well, no, it's magic. You just say it's magic, or be like that meme. Everything goes, you know, glitter all over the place. I would like to trade. What would you like to trade? I would also like to repair my things. Alright. Vorpal Dagger of Assassinate. We're going to hang on to that and check it later. Definitely wanting to keep the Vorpal Dwarven Axe because Dwarven Axes are cool to begin with, and making it Vorpal just makes it better. Combustive, Resonating Chain, Alkaline, Flaming Bolts, Barrel, Onyxes, Garnet. So... nothing in there that really screams, oh my god, you should keep this. Except, oh, the Shocking Axe of Vertigo. Because it's a Scion, a Mastercraft will keep it. I'm thinking I'm going to start selling a lot of those because a lot of them aren't really as good as, like, the Vorpals in a lot of cases. So I'm like, if it's only the Mastercraft makes it look a little bit different, gives it one little hint of betterness. Is that a thing? That's not really worth it. Alright, add all. Sell all the crap. So, she's been through twice. Why don't, just for a little bit of flavor, let's switch over to the Pew Pew Pally. I want to see how she plays, and I have to first of all see what kind of gear she has, if any. Plus the fact that I think she's one of my storage also. Yeah, she's got, and I know her bags are full. Shit. Wait, she does have a quiver. Like, why wasn't that gathering stuff? Why don't we try to run just for grins? We'll run the Pew Pew Pally on through. And let's see, do I have another? And she is a level 8. I could send Larithor in. Oh, no, there's Fergus. We could send Fergus in with her. Alright, let's switch over to the Pew Pew Pally just for shits and grins. I don't remember what kind of gear she has, though. She's my ASMR. So, the Pew Pew Pally here is a Pally Ranger Artificer mashup. So, 1 level of Paladin so far, 5 levels of Ranger, and 2 levels of Artificer. So she's got Inquisitive, Battle Engineer, and Harper shenanigans. So we should have some fun here. So she's got a thing, found a character, so I might as well use it. She needs a weapon, though. So... But she's level 8, so I should have my level 8 weapons here. I don't want to use the spectral longbow. Could use one of the repeaters, but I want to actually talk up the Inquisitive here. So she's got the Battle Engineer thing and Inquisitive going, so she is set to do the Pew Pew dual wieldings. So I want to get her a heavy crossbow. Don't I have heavy crossbows in here somewhere? I was sure I had some more crossbows. Let's see, 4 to 8. There we go. Repeating heavy crossbow. It's level 5. Oh, a Vorpal repeating heavy crossbow. That's pretty sexy. Great crossbows are nice. Keen heavy was that was also a good one that I was considering, is this Keen heavy crossbow. So we're gonna go with the Keen heavy crossbow, even though it's only just a +3. It starts off with 9, but because I've got I mean that's 11, but this starts off at 9, but it's going to be mirrored to the other thing, so we're gonna use that. And you notice suddenly I'm dual wielding. Where's my conjure bolts? Conjure bolts. Hello, conjure bolts. And I need you need goggles and a hat and a cloak. So we've got a feather falling cloak right here. And you actually have goggles in your inventory that you can use. We'll give you that. Ow. Ear. Actually, the double shot would be nicer than the con, I think. Actually, these boots will be better than those boots. Arr. Still need some goggles, and the only goggles that I have... Well, I can do the starter stuff. The attack bonus on those are pretty good. Okay. So, now the fun part is moving all this other shit into here. Let's clear the bank. Clear the personal bank, kids. Did I? Or did I not? Oh, show all. Yeah, I need the mimic bait. Durr. La da 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 da, la da 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 da, la da 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 da. Alrighty. I think we'll run this character through once just to see what happens, see what the difference is. Because I really want to play a ranged character through this rather than meleeing all the damn time. Yeah, we'll get most of this stuff at least into the personal vault. Yeah, we're gonna get it all. My bank is going, I want it all. I want it all. I want it all. And I want it now. One of the things I think I should do is just run around and there we go, that's a lot of space. Let's see, who do we have as a healer? Why do I even have that on my bar? I don't know. Made my search. My open lock. Actually, Nimith Kelebel is better than Fergus. So we're gonna put Fergus in. Oh hey, we got Flower. We're gonna put Flower over here. We're gonna put Fergus in the bank. I think that'll do us because Nimith here is actually a better. Because she's got the lesser restoration, so if I get hit with that thing, then I'll still be able to keep going. Well, what's my strength? Yeah, my strength is pretty weak sauce. Because I built this character to be a ranger and artificer to build up the, the pew pew and the trapping skills, but then the paladin was going to be the rest of her levels. Alright, let's go. Where's her horse? Never use that, never use that. Forgot to summon her dog. Her doge. And of course, her dog is fairly weak sauce as well because it's only got 2 levels on it. But what kind of bolts do we have? Plus 5 bolts. They'll be fun for a little while, and I'll run out and then I'll conjure some more. Actually, let me conjure some right now. 1,000 bolts, and they are not returning, so but that's fine. Let's go. Let's go make a mess. Ba-da-dump, 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 ba-da-dump. Let me double check before I go running off a cliff. Feather falling. Alright. Whee! Okay, it's level 8 character, so I can run this on normal. What time do I have on up? Well, it just started, so I have another hour. And we have about another hour left, so let's put this character over here and put her on do whatever you want to do.
The gruff voices of hobgoblins.
Oh, yeah. Nearby. Oh my god. I love shooting things from a distance in DDO. I honestly couldn't imagine playing a ranged character until I started playing DDO and totally preferred shooting things. Look at this.
Several patrols are winding through the inlet's valleys.
Laying waste to the bad guys.
As you advance. These
Alright, we're gonna
camps
open
appear
this
well organized,
without the
as if the
thing.
crew expects to stay for a while.
Yeah, we got ourselves a mimic. You know one thing I forgot to do? I forgot to kill the buffs. Haven't done guild buffs on this character in far too long, apparently. Oh, I'm loving this. This is like a McDonald's commercial. I'm loving it.
At a cook pot, Scartongue flails in agony, then stops moving
To
altogether.
be fair, I'm a level 8 running this on level 4. A level 4 quest, but let's be real. I love the pew pew. And her fast boots definitely help the running around the landscape sort of thing. All right. And definitely I think playing a ranged character is one of the ways you can more easily survive on the hardcore league, in my opinion. Simply because you can kill things before they even can touch you. Though there are ranged, obviously ranged casters, like, you know, kobold shamans kill way too many people. But in general terms, I think I definitely like playing ranged so much better. Just keeping an eye on the time. And of course, having a ranged character helps you avoid the dangers of explosive barrels.
Dinks, the first mate of the Bomb Raider, has fought his last battle.
And once you get a character up to like level 8 or so, with ranger abilities and whatnot, you can build your character with enough, as long as you built it right. You know, by the time you get to this level, you're getting like your, you know, precise shot and whatnot. Because I've got precision and precise or archer's focus turned on.
Yar's orders say he's to sail on Stormreach and blockade the harbor. Keep him from leaving the inlet.
We can do that. I do need to actually spend time here in the very near future doing massive inventory management on both my Lotro and DDO accounts. They are a mess. I also have a short-term Lotro project wherein I am going to get my band alts through the starting instance without doing them sequentially. I want to actually try to get as much of it done in a multi-box fashion for a couple reasons. One is it won't take quite as much time to do that. And also it'll give me practice in multi-boxing because I don't have a lot of practice in it. So I want to practice how to maneuver multiple alts for a band situation, and that will be a good way to do that. Got a cyan out of that. I might actually end the stream a little bit early tonight, mainly because normally I rage on over to Sapiens. However, I'm kind of feeling the need to use the facilities for and just have like a breather before I start playing Lotro tonight. Are you? Because I remember last week that we did the direct raid, and then it's like, hang on, I'll be there. I gotta pee. And I didn't want to have him wait, you know, for what he was doing based on what I was doing. Then, or have to run and figure out what the hell he was doing and then run to catch up. So my understanding is, having talked to Cordovan, is he did actually say that it was possible to pike this.
You hear a dire wolf snarling somewhere near. Mutiny yelps pathetically as her
She's
vicious
dead now.
life is ended.
Is that you could have like a level 30 come in here and, you know, basically kill all the mobs if you wanted to. And then, you know, just then run in yourself later. As long as the character who was opening the chests was the correct level, then you could get what you needed. Come on, you. Did you hit the barrel already? Why don't you kill the There we go.
You have found 6 powder kegs. Use them to trap Yar-Yar's schooner while he's ashore.
Bad. Okay, so we killed Mutiny, so she should have a chest over here. And one of the things I don't really appreciate enough in this game, because I'm not used to it from Lotro, is how far afield... I mean, look, I just shot that guy way the hell over there. You can't do that in Lotro. Not even on, like, a... like on a red line hunter who has the most, you know, the maximum range out of anything. Even they couldn't shoot that far.
You have saved 8 crewmates from the Banshee. Yar-Yar's schooner has been discovered at the end of the inlet. Yar-Yar would be stranded without it. This small vessel barely looks seaworthy. The draft of Yar-Yar's flagship must be too deep to anchor in such shallow waters. Yar-Yar's schooner has been transformed into a floating bomb. You hear a bellowing voice not far away. Probably Yar-Yar realizing he's stuck ashore. Yar-Yar shrieks furiously.
I'll kill you all.
Then he dies, effectively calling his own bluff.
Hey, it's a treasure bag I forgot the first time. Yoink!
Stained Tusk howls in triumph.
Yar-Yar is dead. The Banshee is avenged. 3 cheers for our bonny
Nice.
rescuers.
How many did I get? Got full bags is what I got. I don't have most. Oh man, I don't even have most of the bags. Jesus. Alright, we're gonna fix all of that. We are totally gonna fix all of that. Hey, stop it. Gimme loot, gimme loot. Holy heavy crossbow of feeding. Tales of Valor, though. Guild Renown. So, the crossbow I had actually was a 9, if I recall. And it was also holy. It was a holy. It's a holy 1 versus only 2. It had, so keen versus feeding. I like the keen more than I like the feeding. So we're gonna go with Guild Renown. Alright. Let's go up here. Nothing to repair. Nice. Sell the gems. Yes. Okay, let's look at our items. We're gonna deal with the scions later. Venomous Warhammer Vertigo. Does Prior Defender even have? It doesn't even have a docent? What? Okay, so do I give it the Acid Guard or do I give it... Well, it's got to use the Acid Guard because it's a level 2 docent. So that's the Fire Guard. There's the Acid Guard. It needs a collar, but I don't have a collar for it. There's my Mimic tokens. Gonna hang on to that. Is my... do I... no, I don't have one. Oh, goodness gracious. Hi, kitty. I think I'm going to change out the engraved ring for this ring of resonance. That wasn't even the right ring. Good job, me. Hi, kitty. Alright, I have the protector's gloves. It'll be fine. Save the potions. Let's see. Plus 3s. Ooh, plus 2s. There's only 5 of those. And I have plus 2s. Those are plus 1s. We'll save these. Small candles. I don't have any cleric levels. A touch of idiocy. That sounds like the scroll used on the entire government. Hello, kitty. Come here. Come here, kitty. Oh, come here. Oh. I'm gonna leave myself a note here. Alrighty. Sell all of that crap. Okay. Let's go to the guild airship. And remember that we can actually ride a horse. Put it up, 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 put it up. Hi. Look at all those guild buffs. They're so sexy. Let's go to the bank. What are you doing, cat? What are you doing, kitty? What did I get? Oh, you're so clever. Okay, you know what? I know I've only been streaming a couple of hours. What are you doing? However, I have streamed like a lot last week. And I have streaming to do tomorrow for at least 3 hours. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to call it a little bit early. And get a little bit of downtime before I join Sapiens' stream at 10 or whatever the hell it is. Maybe run a couple more Ire Stones because honestly, once you've seen it, there's not really all that much different. We've run it on normal and at elite, so you've seen both extremes of how it plays out. So I'm gonna wish you well. Hope everything is going well where you are. And definitely follow any of the official DDO streamers except Streammaker. Or you can also follow any of the official Lotro streamers who are awesome. I think Uger is on later tonight. We're gonna go raid. There's only a few of us, so I think Samus just started recently, or else people just are doing other things. I don't think too many people watching DDO tonight, except StreamTom's on. That's why. That's why nobody else has any viewers. StreamTom's has them all. So I'm gonna send you on over to Samus because he's a cool dude, and he'll probably wind up streaming all night. So that sounds like fun. Oh, and also MJ is playing over on Massively's channel, so there's where everybody is. I should have streamed Lotro. That's okay. I will be on Sapiens' channel in a little bit, and just in the background, basically. So, you know how the saying goes, be good. And I don't think actually we're not going to rage it because there's only a few of us. So go follow somebody. Go find somebody who's playing DDO and follow them. Or if you want to follow somebody who's playing Lotro, go follow them. Doesn't matter. Do what you want. Do what you want because a pirate is free. You are a pirate. So, as I like to say, be good. And if you can't be good at it. I will see you tomorrow on the official Lotro channel sometime around 3 in the afternoon. Eastern Standard Time. So, bye!